people have a lot of love for the Karate Kid films, and how much fun is it for you to step back into this world with Ralph, Macchio and Ben?
For me, a lot of fun. I remember when I was very young, I watched Karate Kid. It's just unbelievable. After a couple decades, then I involved Karate Kid, and this day I can work with him. And I was watching him when I was young. He was young too. We were both young, now we work together. I think Karate Kid, this kind of movie, is passed for generation. I watch him, somebody watch me, generation. Then later on, probably your son will watch it again. They will always remember Karate Kid, this kind of legends movie.
And we're very happy now that there is an Oscar for Stunts.
That makes me so happy.
Which of your films would you like to have had an Oscar for the best stunts?
Me?
Which were your films?
Oh, I cannot say Nick which one, but every movie my stunt will have special, a little special. But I just so happy Oscar to concentrate action stunt team, action star. Thank you so much, Oscar.
Thank you, guys.
谢谢.
Thank you.
Congratulations on this film.
Thank you.
I grew up watching the original Karate Kid film, and now here we are. What is it about the stories that we tell in this Karate Kid world that keep going throughout the years, and not only are great for us with nostalgia, but also bringing the new audiences with things like Cobra Kai and now this?
Yeah, well, listen, Cobra Kai was the, it was the template stamp of how to do it the right way, and it's caring. It comes from the care standpoint. The guys who wrote that show care about every frame of the original Karate Kid film, so they did that going forward, and they created young, relevant stories. I have more 10-year-old kids running up to me that are like, hey, don't you play the dad in my favorite show? And I'm like, yeah, that's me, I'm the dad in your favorite show. And then they'll go see this movie, and they'll back themselves into the entire franchise. It worked on a human level from the start because you cared and you saw a piece of yourself in these characters. And I think you're going to find the same with Ben's performance as Li Fong. I'm hoping that for the next generation on the big screen. It works because of the heart and soul and the human side. The martial arts, the fighting, all the other stuff, that's awesome, but it's empty if you don't care. And so it comes from the point of caring for human elements and storytelling.
And you get to work with this wonderful man next to me, Jackie Chan, and Ben as well. Yeah. What's it been like building that chemistry and just experiencing the way Jackie does things?
Yeah, Jackie's, he's like, I call him the kid in a candy store who's actually making the candy. He's early every day, he leaves last, he'll help you hang lights and hold the mic, and he just loves making movies. And at his age, at this point of his life, to see that, it's pretty infectious for everyone involved. So it's a joy to take a piece of the Miyagi-verse and spread a little more love in different generations.
Well, congratulations. Fantastic to meet you. Congratulations on this.
Thank you.
Help me out here. Kid from Minnesota in a Karate Kid film with Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio. How do you get to come to terms with that, and how great is it?
How do I get to come to terms with that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you?
Not really. No. It's yeah, like it is crazy. I was born in China. I spent the early part of my childhood in China, and when I was growing up there, Jackie Chan, he's not just like, in the West he's known as sort of the pinnacle of action cinema, right? But in China he is cinema. So as a kid, like it's like, think of an actor. Maybe some kid in the U.S. would think Tom Cruise or something. Every kid in China would think Jackie Chan. So then getting to be in a movie with him, it's like getting to work with Santa Claus on the whole Christmas thing. It's kind of crazy.
And also, you have similar backgrounds in some way, because his background is in Beijing Opera, yours is in dance and performance. How do you think those skills are transferred for both of you?
Yeah, it's I often say that the discipline that helped me most coming into doing a film like this was the dance background, because action choreography I think has more in common with dance than it does with like MMA, like actual MMA, right? It's more about rhythm, it's more about retention, it's more about choreography. because you're trying to sell the fight, but you're not trying to, you know, kick Jackie Chan in the head. His layers are beyond me.
And also there's a lot of film craft in this about the way Jackie does his work, because his style of doing films is quite different from some others you'd approach. So what have you learned through this filmmaking process that you might take into future projects?
Well, Jackie, especially like the way that Jackie approaches building action or building a scene is like, it's almost like rapid fire. It's like as soon as you get an inkling of an idea of what might work, you sort of pursue it. Like, you don't let it go, you know. So that, like, that immediacy, that quickness that he works with, it's something that was new, and so it's something nice to pick up.
And lastly, this film is basically built around you and your character. What is it that you love most about your character and you're excited for people to see?
I really like his. I mean, he's not that old, but he has a good maturity about him. I think it's like, you know, this is a film where the first time the kid is doing some teaching of his own, right? This movie, I think, more than any others, is about teachers and good mentors and the effect that they can have on a person. So the fact that he is, in some ways, mature enough to do some teaching himself, it's nice. It's cool to be able to embody someone who has it a little bit more figured out than I do.
And that's a great story for our time. So thank you so much for speaking to us. It'd be lovely to meet you.
Appreciate it. It's a pleasure.